Hello everyone, and welcome to the introductory tour of my 400-gallon 12-foot long mixed reef aquarium. The lighting is provided by 5 Kessel A360s attached to a Kessel Spectral X controller. There are 3 power heads, one at the west end of the tank and 2 at the east end of the tank, and they are max spec gyres attached to the max spec gyre controller, and they are running on a lunar tidal cycle at the moment. We have some clownfish here, a couple of clownfish that are spawning quite regularly. Every 14 days it seems that they spawn a new clutch. That is a Christmas tree rock that I got there. The Parietes is slowly starting to turn green again. And a bubble coral, some Gorgonian, and this is 2 Duncans that are very close together. Here we have a conch. And there are 6 shrimp in the tank. We have 2 skunk cleaner shrimps. There's one of them there. And there are 2 fire shrimp. And there's an urchin. I believe that's a Pocillopora. And a couple more toadstools in the background. There are 2 peppermint shrimp at the far end of the tank. They seem to come out at night, and they spend all their time in a cave at the far end of the tank. Acan and Blastomusa, and some chalice. There's lots of room for more corals to grow in, and lots of room for these corals to grow. Some of them are growing much faster than others. There's the other skunk cleaner shrimp there. Some chalice and a brain coral in the back, and in that green star polyp is a pink spiny cucumber, and looks like he's got his tongues out and he's feeding a little bit, starting to extend. So we have some of the zoas in the tank. One of the hammerheads. And there are several chalices. Lobophilia in the back there, and another frog spawn down there. Scolemia and Trachophilia, I believe. This Scolia is looking very sick. Actually, it's looking very good compared to what it was when I first got it. The difference, it's coming back actually day by day. You can see it making an improvement. We have some various colored sponges here. There's a tiny little red one, red and orange combination, a blue one, and some yellow, and I think there's some orange on a rock there to the right. And we have some candy cane, mushrooms. This is a pagoda here, and we're down at the end that has the overflow. I like to think this is an island tank because I can walk all the way around it. And somewhere in that pile of rocks is where the peppermint shrimp are. And there should be a couple of flame scallops, electric flame scallops in there. So this is the end with the sump, and we have a thelian roller mat in here. The lighting's not the best at the moment. Pump. I'm just going to move something out of the way and maybe improve on the lighting a little bit for the time being. So there's a Mag 18 for a return pump. I would like to change that up to two, to two internal pumps, to two pumps internally in the tank that are DC powered. Like two for redundancy's sake. This one has done very well for the 3 years that it's been running. So the roller mat is doing very well. I'm happy with that. I'm really ecstatic with not having to change socks or, you know, use the electricity and wear and tear on the washing machine. And so far I've got 5 months of use out of that roller mat, out of this one roller mat. The first mat went through in about 3 months, and the second one wasn't quite sure when it ran out, to be honest with you. I think I'm pretty sure I got at least 4 months out of it, and this one is now at 5 months, and I've got a little bit to go. So that's very encouraging. And there's a chromie and pink cucumber. I think those are called an edible cucumber. I don't know that I would eat it. There's another hammerhead. We haven't got anything, we have no names for the fish. So these barnacles here are where the return water comes out. I've fashioned them so that they're attached to a pipe that goes through and distributes the water back to returns it back there. That's the Christmas tree rock from another angle. There's some bubble algae on there that I'm waiting for those snails to get to and clean up. This is a look down the back of the tank where the controllers are. There's a Jabeo dosing pump. I'm hoping to get another dosing pump very shortly. There's a chalice and another hammerhead. Another hammerhead. Harpoonians. A few frags and a brain coral. It's a nice softie. Frog spawn, various more frags, various frags more. There's the assessor fish. See if I can get the focus on this. I have most of the controllers covered with lights. I've got a Reef Keeper light controlling the heaters. So that's what the backside of the tank looks like. I'm hoping to move this out from the wall in the next couple of years, in the next year or so, move it out from the wall about another foot so there's some more room. We've got lots of room to do that, and it will be more comfortable to walk around completely. That air hose was just recently put in, and it's a bubbler in the event that the power goes off. At least it will keep some of the tank oxygen, you know, it will keep the water oxygenated to a point and some kind of water movement in there. Yeah. We sealed the top off with glass panels, and noticed when I did that the pH level dropped. I was quite concerned at first, but it was a happy surprise. pH dropped and has held steady at a consistent level, and at the same time the humidity level dropped in the house, which was a big part of doing it, and the evaporation, which was the main reason to stop the water evap. And we're now having about well, 1.5 liters of water a day in evaporation. This is made up with the Jabeo dosing pump. So it's been very consistent for a little better than 2 years now that way. Have to say my parameters may not be perfect all the time, but we've kept some good records on them. So thanks very much, and we'll see if we can get another update with maybe a description of what the fish are and how many fish are in the tank, an occupancy description, so to speak. There's another tank over there, a 95-gallon tank. This has some slightly more efficient aggressive fish in it, and it is on a very simple system. Neither of these tanks have had a water change in, I think they've had one water change in the last 8 months. So, if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to make them and ask them, and I'll try and answer them as I can. The fish of everything is being quarantined. All the corals and fish have been quarantined using chloroquine, Prazipro, and other techniques for the corals. So thanks for watching. Have a great day.